Alright YouTube, here it is. Your volume controls work. Your backup camera still works when you go in reverse. Your climate still works, so you can, do everything to the temperature like normal. And it didn't set off any lights or anything. So if you're thinking about it, if you have a base, this is a great upgrade. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you have a solid Pioneer unit. What's up YouTube? Welcome to the Acura Audio Garage. Today we're going to be upgrading the radio in this ILX. This is a first time ever video, so I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. Make sure you stick around till the end and I'll answer them all for you. For your upgrade, you're obviously going to need a radio. We got the 1500 NEX Pioneer, always a solid choice. We got our dash kit and then our brackets for our dash kit, so mounting screws for our dash kit. And we have our wiring here. This is a base, so no RCAs, straight speaker to speaker. Steering wheel control adapter, backup camera retention. Then we have some simple tools, a trim removal tool, 8mm ratchet, and then a screwdriver. And that's all you'll need. It's pretty simple to get this radio out. I'll show you. Pretty simple. You just want to be careful because you are dealing with plastics. You're going to take this panel off, this panel off. That's going to allow us to take this off, and then we'll be able to get to the screws for the radio. The other part that's tough is this right here is going to break away from this top piece. And when you slide it out, you're going to reuse this top piece. But I'll show it all to you. I'm just going to get started with this assembly real quick. Have your push to start button. It just has a tab. So right here, this little white tab. Press down, pull out, and then here's where it goes. Then on this side, same thing. We'll start from the bottom. And then just pry along the edge. It'll come right out. You want to be careful. This is fragile plastic. You don't want to break it. It's 3 clips. So one here that's broken on mine, one here, and one here, and then a screw here. The screw's on this side. To get to this screw, we're gonna have to pop this panel on your ILX. This panel is just gonna pop right off, just like that. So now we can get to this screw here. There we go. We have 2 connections we need to disconnect. So there are your 2 connections, and it's right here and right here. They're both just tabs. Then we have 2 7mm you need to get out. We just got them out with our screwdriver, just stuck it in there. And then with our magnetic pickup tool, we were able to grab them out. Now our radio's ready to come out. We just have to kind of pull on it. You just want to be real careful when you're pulling. You obviously don't want to scratch up your dash, but nothing else is holding it in. You just want to pull it out. All right, guys, so the first thing is you want to unclip this top part. I'm going to have to show you that. So you're going to pull this back. That allows you to get to this connection. You can undo that connection, and now you can pull the radio further out. On the back, there's 4 connectors on your base. If you have the premium, you'll have 1 more connector right here. Then the only one that's tricky to get off is this connector right here. And that's because it has this tab that needs to get pressed down in order to release it and swing it open. Otherwise, it's going to stay locked in place. So you want to make sure you push it down, pull back, and then you'll be able to get this out. When we go to install our aftermarket radio, we're going to use this connector, and this connector. We won't be using this middle one. So we did all our testing, got our back camera working, our steering wheel controls are working. Now it's just a matter of showing you the wiring and getting it onto the dash kit. So here's how the wiring goes. This is for our steering wheel controls, our antenna, primary power. This is what keeps our backup camera working, and then our negative output relay keeps our backup camera working. This connector we sell, and it's real simple. You're just color matching everything. The steering wheel controls are the only thing that'll trip you up. But we'll make a whole video on the wiring. Right now I just want to show you where it plugs in. So your Pioneer is going to have a port labeled WR. That's where the headphone jack for the steering wheel controls goes. Your antenna plugs into here. If you're doing subs, you're going to use these, or if you want to reroute your backup camera, you're going to use these. But since we're keeping factory backup camera on the factory screen, we're not using any of that. Then we have a parking bypass, and everything else is wired in. The only things we need to do still are run our microphone and install our USB cable. We'll walk you through that in a little bit. Right now, what we're going to do is mount our Pioneer radio onto our dash kit. The first thing we need to do is take the factory screen, has this button. We need to get that button onto our dash kit. We're going to reuse the same screws from the factory, so you don't want to lose those. Now our button's done, nice and clicky. We're going to take our brackets. Along with your brackets come 4 screws. So you're just going to line up the bracket to the screw. This is this side. So the way it lines up is like that. Screw up there, screw down here. So screw up here and a screw down here, you're set to go. All right guys, so I got my dash kit together. Now I just need to actually mount my radio, but here's what it's gonna look like. We're getting ready to place the radio in. Here's everything. We're just gonna hook up our mic, and our mic goes to our port down here that says mic. So it's right next to your steering wheel controls. It's a little smaller. So you're gonna clip that piece back in, and then you're gonna clip your radio into that piece. All right, YouTube, here it is. Your volume controls work. Your backup camera still works when you go in reverse. Your climate still works, so you can, you know, do everything to the temperature like normal. And it didn't set off any lights or anything. So if you're thinking about it, if you have a base, this is a great upgrade. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have a solid Pioneer unit.